Hi, welcome to the screencast introduction to the Columbus School for Girls Math Basics lesson set. My name's Christine, and I'm the teacher of the high school students that created these lessons. This lesson set is made up of 5 lessons, one each for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and a 5th for the basics of order of operations. Each of the lessons first explains the concept and then provides endless practice through randomly generated practice problems. I'm going to go through each of the 5 lessons and briefly show you what they look like. In the addition lesson, students are taught that addition means combining things. They're shown 2 examples, and then they can practice endlessly. So they're writing equations here, and here is where they practice. So I ask for new numbers. 2 plus 6 is 8. I type in my answer. It tells me I'm right. I get new numbers. 7 plus 7 is 14. And I check. As you can see, if I keep clicking new numbers, I will keep getting new problems. In the subtraction lesson, students are again walked through 2 different examples. So Brenda starts with 5 apples, she eats 3 of them. How many does she have left? She has 2. Here's a second example where they write an equation, and then they get endless practice. This page has been set up so that the students will never end up with a negative number. So if you can see, as you can see, the minuend is always smaller than the subtrahend. So 9 minus 8 is 1. In the multiplication lesson, students are walked through 2 examples again. They're given a little lesson, and then they get some examples where they write equations and practice. But they're also introduced to arrays so that students can understand that 3 times 4 is an array of 4 by 3. They're taught how to use the array for a variety of multiplication examples. They're also introduced to a multiplication table and shown how to actually get the answer for a multiplication problem in a 10 by 10 array. There are 2 different practice pages. This one is similar to the addition and the subtraction one. And the numbers are all worked out so that they don't get bigger than 12 times 5. So you can anticipate how big the problems are. Here's an 11 times 4. You can see these randomly generated ones. This number never gets bigger than 12. This number never gets bigger than 5. Finally, they're incentivizing their learning by doing some practice. The objective of this game is to get the book onto the shelf. Every time you get a problem right, I'm going to step, and the book gets closer. So 1 times 6 is 6. I click step, the book gets closer. I'm trying to get the book to the bookshelf. In the division problem, in the division example, students are again walked through 2 different examples of how to divide numbers using baskets and apples and candies. Here's their endless practice page. So 70 divided by 7 is 10. I check my answer. It tells me I'm correct. I get new problems. This page has been set up so the quotients are always whole numbers. You'll never end up with decimals and fractions. And this is a game, again, to incentivize their learning and practice. The objective of the game is to get 5 problems correct, or click on 5 problems that are correct. So what's going to happen when I click go is math problems will fall out of the sky, and if they're correct, I need to click on them. So 8 divided by 4 is incorrect. I'm not going to click on that. 18 divided by 6, no. 40 divided by 8 is correct. So I get a score of 1 here. 4 divided by 4 is correct. 81 divided by 9 is correct. My score is 3. 30 divided by 5 is 7, not letting me get that one, but I can go 20 divided by 4, and once I hit the score of 4, I am going to win. In our final lesson, which is order of operations, it's a little bit more complicated because you have multiple steps in each problem. In this lesson, we're trying to put this in context of what the students have already experienced, which is, what do you do first? Do you brush your teeth first? Do you drive first? Do you arrive at school first? If you do these out of order, it doesn't really quite make sense. So we explain to them that subtraction and addition comes after multiplication and division, and then again we give them lots of practice. In this page, There are two possible answers for this. One is correct and one is incorrect. So they need to decide, is it 5 plus 3 first and then times 4, or is it 3 times 4 first and then plus 5? And they have solutions to check. So that's a little bit of practice. This is the randomly generated practice. So you have to solve a problem. Now these are going to be a little bit bigger numbers because we have to do, well, 7 times 4 first, which is 28, plus 4 is 32. We write in 32, and the light turns green. So I get the next question. These are endless, these are randomly generated. You see as I click, the problem changes all the time. Second set of practice is using division. So again, 12 divided by 6 is 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. It gives me the check mark for the right answer. If I click on next question, it generates answers. These numbers follow the same rules as the previous lessons, so you're never going to get a quotient that's a fraction or a decimal. You're going to limit your products to 12 times 9, I believe, and there's never going to be a subtraction problem that ends up with negative numbers. And here's the third and final example page that's quite complex, where you have division over here, multiplication here, and then you have addition and subtraction in the middle. And those are our 5 lessons. We hope you enjoy these lessons. Please tell us if you use them. It's extremely motivating to my students to know that their work is being used. Thank you.